Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2019 mid-month general readings. Thank you for joining us here today. Welcome as always to any newcomers and to any returning people and subscribers. Thanks to those of you who follow this channel and take the time to send in all your comments and feedback and support. Always welcome and appreciated. Thanks to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for the consistent and constant busyness with personal one-on-one readings. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, you can click on the description bar below for more info and contact details. Or you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the little About button there. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So I work pretty diligently with people's schedules, and turnaround time is pretty good. I can usually get back to your initial contact with more info within the same day or the first 24 hours. And if you're interested in scheduling, we'll go from there. I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, love and romance, of course, compatibility, career, work and finance, investment readings, gift readings, and I also do 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in all the main areas of your life for a 6 or 12-month period of time, depending on how far ahead you want to look. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. So moving right on into this reading, this is for the water sign of Pisces, our lovely mercurial fish, for the remainder of February, excuse me, 2019. And I apologize ahead of time for any coughing during the reading. I am recovering from a bad bronchial thing, and I'm over the feeling truly horrible part. I actually feel pretty decent, but I still have the remnants of that horrible cough. 'Tis the season, I guess, so forgive me for sounding like, you know, a frog with asthma. All right, let's move right into this. Pisces. Remember to watch your rising and moon sign videos if you know them. They can provide additional clarification. General readings, as most of you know, are always going to resonate a little differently for everybody watching. Okay, Pisces. Around the middle of the month, third week or so, we have the Fool, my favorite major arcana card, followed by the Four of Cups. I'm not sure if I like that energy. And around the last week, towards the end of February, we have Justice, followed by the King of Swords. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy for the remainder of February is the Seven of Cups. Yeah, so Pisces, this is not an out-of-character energy for Pisces to have this dreamy, daydreaming kind of energy that the Seven of Cups represent. And it has positive, it can have positive or not so positive implications to it as well. You are a water sign, and you are the fish is your sign. Lovely mercurial fish, prone to changing directions, very artistic, artistically driven by emotions and artistry, creative artistic energies as well. Very fluid mercurial energies, but often very, very dreamy energies. Pisces are wonderful artistic dreamers. And the Seven of Cups has a lot of that energy. It's the overall energy for the remainder of February for you. Each one of these cups holds something beautiful, and basically it represents potential, possibility, what could be. There is a dreamy, illusionary energy to this, fantasizing, daydreaming about things. Not at all bad. That's where things first begin that we choose to manifest. But there is often a sense of needing to be realistic and practical and grounded about what is achievable, and choosing one thing and setting the path to manifesting that. Because I'm often reminded with the Seven of Cups of the young person who wants to be, you know, an artist one week, an astronaut the next week, a ballerina the next, a doctor after that. Each one of those dreams and goals or visions is achievable typically, but you have to choose it, choose that goal, and then figure out the steps you need to take to actually work at it, manifest it into reality. So this is a card that could represent that some of you may be you know, daydreaming about the potential or possibility of something, fantasizing maybe about what you may want to do. The Seven of Cups is can be a lovely energy, but the caution, the danger to the Seven of Cups, or the challenge, the cautionary advice is not to get stuck in this energy for too long, because a lot of time can pass while you're just dreaming and nothing actually gets manifested because you're not actually choosing a path and working on it. And that energy kind of continues with around the middle of the month, third week or so, with the Fool and the Four of Cups, because the Fool is also about potential possibilities. The Fool is just getting ready to start a new path. He's the very first major arcana card in the tarot. That's why he has the 0 at the beginning. He's getting ready, but he hasn't quite started yet. It usually represents the energy in between an ending and a new beginning. So you're waiting to start a new journey, and you're just kind of maybe dreaming and fantasizing about the possibility and potential of this new path. Because the Fool is a dreamer. He's a trailblazer. He likes to step off the beaten path and do risky things or completely new things as well. It's a beautiful energy. Always a bit of cautionary advice with the Fool about making sure there's water in the pool before you jump. And that's kind of compounded by the clarifying energy, which is the Four of Cups, which can represent sometimes it can represent boredom and ingratitude. Sometimes it can represent just feeling very restless, bored, not plugged in, not feeling connected or enthusiastic about your life path, what you have, even though implied by these three beautiful goblets, upright and full, even though the implication is that what you have is quite nice, maybe another opportunity is in front of you, but for some reason you're not feeling all that enthusiastic or plugged in about either what you have or what the opportunities that might be in front of you. Some of you may be dissatisfied in the place or the path that you're on right now. It could be in career, it could be in relationship, and you may be just kind of fantasizing or daydreaming about doing something new, stepping off the beaten path, taking a risk somehow. You may be getting ready to start off on a new path, and kind of maybe daydreaming or fantasizing about that. So again, depending on who you are, this is going to resonate in different, for some of you it might be in relationship, it might be in job, work, career. It just feels like you're just somehow dissatisfied or bored or not plugged into where you're at, and you're either waiting to start a new path or you're just kind of daydreaming and fantasizing about it because it's a great distraction from where you're currently at right now. However, there's always that however. However, at or towards the end of the month, what's coming in is Justice and the King of Swords. And I'm feeling this more as advice from Spirit. Sometimes we all need to kind of take a mental break and do some daydreaming and fantasizing. So nothing wrong with that. Particularly if it's like preceding the actual work and steps to manifest something. But it looks like Spirit is coming in towards the end of the month. It could be in the form of an actual person and telling you that you need to be very focused about what you want to achieve in your life, in whatever area of your life this is manifesting in. Because Justice is the reap what you sow card. Particularly if you're involved, if anything going on in your life right now involves conflict or something and you're trying to avoid it, you're just maybe shutting down mentally or dreaming or fantasizing about something else. Justice says is the reap what you sow card. It says that what you put into something is going to be directly reflected in what you get out of it. So the cautionary advice with Justice is to whatever you do, whatever you decide, whatever you choose, whatever you send into motion, make sure you do it with the highest level of honesty, openness, honor, and integrity as possible, because that is going to be directly reflected in what you get back out of it and how a situation comes back out. Because it's about what we choose to do, what we decide to set into motion or what we decide not to set into motion. And we can't kind of complain about it afterwards if we chose the wrong thing or chose not to do anything at all, if we were just maybe kind of had our heads in the clouds here. So it's about, you know, what you actually get out of whatever you're daydreaming or fantasizing about. Maybe it's to avoid current conflict. It's going to be reflected in what you choose to do for, February and playing out onwards. Or if you choose to do nothing at all, then that's exactly what you're going to get out of it. And that's further clarified by the accompanying and clarifying card, which is the King of Swords. So kings and queens represent individuals who have mastered their suit. And what that actually means is, the Fool is the very first major arcana card in the tarot. He's at the 0. And the last major arcana card is the World. You've reached the top of the World. So all the cards after the Fool leading up to the World represents the Fool's journey through life. How he learned, which is our journey through life. How we learn and change and grow and evolve. We learn through trial and error. We learn through victory. We learn through defeat. We mature and we grow and we evolve until we, get to the World at the end, the top of the mountain. Kings and Queens represent individuals who have reached a place of self-discipline, self-mastery, and balance over the character traits which are inherent to their suit. Swords is air energy, and in the tarot, this is the energy about what goes on up in our heads. Mental, cerebral, intellectual energy, thoughts, ideas, words, perceptions, perspectives, what we believe, because that directly affects what goes on up in here, affects how we see the world, relate to the world, communicate, and to people in the world as well. It's about truth, insight, higher education, learning, everything that goes on between our ears. So the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords is a person who, above all, values truth, reality, insight, making decisions based on what is reality and what it takes to actually get from a dream to actual manifestation. There are a lot of steps and works in between, and they know that. They will actually sacrifice their own emotions on the altar of the truth of what is. This might be what I want to do, or I might be feeling this way, but I know that in order to do the right thing or get something done, this requires decision, choice, and action, which implies a level of honor and integrity as well. And that's what they rest on, and it's about being practical, insightful, analytical, and coming from a place of mind over heart. And when I say that, I don't mean mind against heart. It's about doing this is kind of about getting your responsibilities taken care of before you play, homework and chores before playtime. It's kind of that, because that actually is what gives us a true foundation of freedom and stability in our lives as well. So whatever this kind of head in the clouds, building castles in the sky energy is about, don't get stuck in it too long. And if it's something that you really want, Spirit is saying, if you really want it, you have to put the work and the effort into it to actually manifest that. We will meet and match you every step of the way, but you must manifest this energy. And remember that what you get out of the path you have in life, or what you want in life, is directly dependent on what you are willing to put into it. So that pretty much wraps it up. It almost feels like a bit of a lecture. I hope it didn't come across that way, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling, Pisces. So Pisces, that pretty much wraps up your February 2019 mid-month reading. I hope that you found it useful and not too annoying, or will continue to as the rest of the month plays itself out. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to work with you. You can also find me on Instantgo, the smartphone app Instantgo, under Irish Gypsy, and that link is also provided. Instantgo is a great little app for fast answers to the quick, easy, simple questions if it's not a complicated issue or you don't want a traditional reading. So yet another option to choose from. You can find all that info and contact details by clicking on the description bar below, or the description bar attached to any of the videos I post, or you can click on the little About button that you'll find on my YouTube channel's homepage. So Pisces, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the March 2019 general readings. Until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.